As we all know, Google has had a long, intense battle with the mobile industry to get RCS implemented on a greater scale. And now, with the announcement of 1 billion RCS users and as part of their initiative to make RCS a more expressive, feature-complete platform, Google has released 7 new features that show off the capability of RCS, and we're going to take a quick look at them today. To be clear, not all of these are live right now at this very moment. Some work on my Pixel 6 Pro, but not on my Pixel 8. Some work on my coworker's Pixel Fold, but not on my Pixel 8 Pro. So if you're on the latest version of the Google Messages beta, but don't have these features yet, just be patient as they'll come eventually. Now, getting right into it, the first change you should notice after the new Google Messages update is a slight visual redesign with a new shortcut bar sitting underneath the text box. At this time, you should be expecting only a few icons on that bar, like access to emojis, Magic Compose, MMS attachments, and more. But in the future, it's expected for Google to add more shortcuts to specific features as time goes on. With that said, let's talk about the rest of the new additions, starting with Photoemoji. This one I don't have access to yet, but my coworker does, and what this feature allows us to do is take the existing photos on your device and turn them into React emojis. It works by holding down on a message as you normally would, select the new Create icon, choose a photo you'd like to use, and then AI will isolate the subject and turn it into a React emoji or sticker while also saving it for future use. If you've ever used Twitch, Discord, Slack, and many other chat platforms, then you've most likely used this feature in the past, but now you can easily make your own on Google Messages. Continuing with the emoji-related features, Google has also implemented another form of expression in animated emojis. To make these work, you don't have to do anything differently, just use an emoji the same way you normally would, send it out, except now it won't appear as a static image, but as a clean, subtle animation loop that adds a lot of life to the chat. Right now, it seems the majority of animated emojis are centered around the emotions section, with some one-offs I was able to discover here and there. Nonetheless, I find this to be a great addition while adding a surprising amount of depth to the platform. There are a handful of new effects also introduced in the Google Messages beta that we should cover real quick, and they come in 2 forms. One is the full screen messages effects, which is very similar to the iOS version that plays an animation over the entire screen. This is not live on any of my devices yet, but you can type specific messages like "it's snowing" or "I love you" alongside 15 plus hidden effects that will add some fun to your RCS conversations. In the same instance, reaction effects are also included in this update that work in a similar way. This just became live on my Pixel 6 Pro 24 hours after I installed the beta, and to access this, all you have to do is react to a message as you normally would, then a mini animation pops up above the message. For now, there's only 10 emojis to choose from, with hopefully more on the way. Overall, nothing crazy, but a great addition to engage with in your conversations. Moving on, Google did make some changes to the voice messaging feature, but to me, it's kind of a 2-part deal. As part of the RCS feature suite, Google did introduce voice moods that allow users to add reaction emojis to voice messages. But to me, I really like the second portion of this feature, which includes a mini overhaul to the UI. As you can see, the entire menu for voice messages has changed to be more straightforward in my opinion, with big icons and a super clear workflow. Not to mention, Google says they have improved the audio quality of voice messages as well by increasing the bitrate and sampling rate. Finally, there are 2 more features Google has announced that aren't live yet across any of my devices, but we did get an idea on what to expect. First, we have the ability to set custom bubble colors inside Google Messages. As you can see, Google uses the example of blue bubble with white background very heavily in the blog, which to me is clearly a pull towards iPhone users. And hey, if this blue bubble situation is all that's holding them back from trying a Pixel, then fine. Give them the blue bubble feature and call it a day. For the rest of us that care about the Android side of things, it seems like we're going to be getting the full Material You color range for both the message color and the background. Not to mention there is supposedly a color theme you can initiate per conversation as well. The next and final feature is called Profiles, which seems to be a direct offering to My Card on iOS, if not a few steps ahead. Google says the purpose of this is to show how you appear across Google services, and they say this feature addresses the problem of receiving messages from numbers not saved in your contacts. I don't have this enabled or even available on any of my devices yet, but once it's live, it should appear under the advanced settings of Google Messages, where you'll be prompted to enter your name and upload a photo that you would like others to see when sending you a text or connecting with you on Google platforms. Overall, these 7 new RCS features are awesome additions to Google's messaging system, and personally, I think they're long overdue. Thankfully, they're here now, and if you wanted to get access to these features yourself, you just have to install the Google Messages beta and wait for the features to become live on your device. For all of my devices, it took varying amounts of time to get those features, so just keep that in mind. Either way, guys, let me know what you think about these new RCS features. Are they valuable implementations to the messaging platform? Are there any missing features that you would have liked to see? Leave a comment and let me know, but in the meantime, I'm getting out of here. This has been Jordan Floyd with 9to5 Google. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.